It's like, and some are scary and some are not.
So I'm from Alberta, and they have this thing every year. They have this thing every year called Project X. It's a haunted house at COP, the Canadian Olympic Park, whatever it stands for. And so they built in this giant house, this huge haunted house, and they've got people with chainsaws that chase you, and it's terrifying. It's so fantastic.
You ever been to many haunted houses like that?
You know what? I love to do my my house as best I can for Halloween. I couldn't get it done this year, but every year my wife says, "Are you going to prep the house? Are you going to prep the house?" I have a giant 20-foot or diameter spider web that I put on my front lawn.
Yeah,
and I do the whole thing, and the lights, and I turn my garage into a bit of a haunted house thing where the kids have to walk through.
That's awesome.
One year, when I about 4 years ago, when I owned the DeLorean, I actually made my garage look like the barn that the DeLorean crashes into, with hay and all these weird lights shining everywhere, and I had the Doc costume on.
Yeah.
And the funny thing was that the kids had no idea what it was, but the parents, the dads were all coming up going, "Dude, this is so awesome, this is so cool." And I'm like, "Yeah, man, this is what it's all about." I think Halloween's more for adults than it is for the kids these days.
Just give them the candy, they don't care.
Kids just want the candy, and the parents are all about the dressing up, because cosplay is being really popular these days, obviously, now that I've been attending all these comic conventions over the last couple of years. The adults are usually the ones that are really, really into it. It's literally Halloween for adults when you go to a comic convention.
It's play day for them.
So yeah, I think Halloween is slowly turning into an adult day instead of the kids. Because this year I think I had maybe 10 or 15 kids knock on my door for candy.
It was tough this year though, because it was
The
raining.
weather was bad.
But we had I was at my sister's house, and she had mostly like teenagers.
Yeah.
There weren't very many young kids.
Yeah, and when they find out you're giving out full chocolate bars, they try to come back twice. I'm like, "Dude, you're just here, dude." Yeah, I'm one of those houses, because I know that I don't have a lot of traffic going through my neighborhood, because my houses are 60 feet apart. And all the kids go to the subdivisions that are very, very close together. They can get more houses in less time. So yeah, my neighborhood's slowly disintegrating in terms of the kids that come through the neighborhood.
They get quite big.
Yeah, they do.
Whether it's from the chocolate or aging. And you put them both.
No, it's still fun. It's a fun day. I enjoy dressing up. Oh, I have an animatronic ghost that I put up in my window with a black light, and it goes up and down, and I put a little fan in front of it to make it more spooky, and it's just a fun night.
It's supposed to be fun. I mean, the rain was up this year, but like the last few years.
Dude, I remember one year I ordered pizza, and we were hanging out outside. Like, kids were coming over, and we were like, "Oh, hey, here's some candy," but it was like,
But don't give them pizza up.
No, I wasn't giving them pizza.
Pizza.
But yeah, it's so unpredictable now. Weather changes year after year. It's either, you know what I noticed, because I used to be in the snow plowing industry with my father, who owned a construction company, and I used to plow in the wintertime. And that's why I enjoy getting up so early, because it reminds me of the days I used to plow. Every 4 years we have a really, really bad winter here in Toronto. And then we have like 3 mild winters in a row. And I'm not sure, I think maybe we're going to have a mild winter this year.
I heard it's going to be a rough one this year.
I've heard
Sure?
that too.
I have heard that.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm
hope you're
hoping,
right.
yeah.
We deserve a mild winter after the crappy summer that we
I
had.
don't think we really even had a summer. We had 2 weeks of summer,
If that.
but didn't count.
No. But you know what? It's funny. People are from the States complain and say, "Oh, Canada, you guys live in the igloos and blah, blah, blah." Meanwhile, Buffalo and Detroit and New York, they always get slammed with the harsh winters where we sort of skip it. It goes kind of around us because of where we're located.
Now, would you rather, just because I've been hearing people say, "Hey, where's it like what you're out there right now? Would you rather freezing cold winter, or would you rather the drought?"
I don't know, because I also thought about, did I want to move to BC once? Because, you know, they have pretty mild winters as well, but it's kind of drabby and cold and rainy. And I feel like we've had the summer that BC has winter. Like, it's always rainy, and you don't really get to see the sun very much. And it was just a depressing summer for me. Thankfully, I was working inside a lot. But my wife is just so bitter right now because she lives for the summer. And I hope we can get away this winter, at least get somewhere tropical, so we get a sense of some, heat. And
get that vitamin. Had a summer.
Yeah, the vitamin D that we've been missing all summer.
Paid the price, but we got it. Would you want a question?
Ooh.
Do I?
Yeah.
I just got here. What's going on?
They're fun questions.
All right, go ahead.
Trivia.
We'll find out.
Uh-oh.
Hopefully it's fun questions.
You have to be smart?
You're allowed to pass on, I
Hello.
Hey!
Welcome.
Hi.
Boo this man.
Are you in shot? Are you in front?
Boo.
I love that.
We
Boo this
had
man.
a
I love
band
that
here
slogan.
before, and
Yeah.
they were all the way in the couch, so I
Nice.
think we're
We
good.
will ask a question, then we can move on with this. In Happy Days, who does the fonts have a picture of in his wallet?
In Happy Days, Fonz had a picture of it in his wallet. His mother? Yeah?
That is not
Oh,
the
nice.
No. No.
No?
His mother.
That's not the answer.
No, it's not.
Oh.
It's a, I'll give you. It's a.
Mrs. C?
I don't know who Mrs. C is. No, it's not. Who's Mrs. Cunningham?
Oh, dude! Oh, wow. Okay. So you didn't watch Happy Days growing up?
No, Happy Days is a little.
I know what Happy
Younger
Days
time.
is. I just
You've
don't-
heard of the show.
Yeah.
You've heard the term jumping the shark, but
Yeah, no, I know Jumping the Shark's from that.
Yeah,
And I know the theme song, and I know he goes, hey. That's about it. That's Happy Days for me. It is a. They recently made a movie of this character. It's a character. It's a Western character.
What, like the dude? Like John Wayne?
Not you're.
Wyatt Earp?
No.
Now I'm just throwing Western character names out there. I have no clue, dude.
Yes, it was. I think 2 years ago. It did.
Lone Ranger.
Yes, Ryan.
Oh,
Yeah.
nicely done.
Wasn't
Hey,
lying.
look at that.
Wasn't lying.
Hello.
So how's everyone doing today?
How are you?
I'm okay. I've never actually talked to you at 4 a.m.
You know what's really interesting? Yes, the show. Those guys, their show.
Yeah, we're hijacking.
We're hijacking someone else's show. Therefore, an episode of Those Guys.
We still don't know our title
Their
after
show.
like about a year or two.
I think it's two
Yeah, it's been 2 years of.
hours ago.
Oh, man. You're a trooper.
Yep.
Yeah, high five for that.
I did tweet about a couple hours ago that if anybody was up at this hour and was going to tweet me some questions to shout me out at Pat Mastroianni on Twitter. I don't know if you guys
Any
can
luck yet?
post that. I'm just waiting.
Wait, and you will be waiting.
I will be waiting.
It's a little bit timing-wise challenging for me to respond to that
Let's
one.
see. Let's see.
I know
Kind of
that when I got
vague.
given the 4 a.m. slot, it was kind of telling me the status of my career right now. I was like, oh, 4 a.m. Okay,
No,
midnight
you know
shift.
what? You know what? We gave you the longest spot we could, and we want to see you as much as we could.
No, this is great. I would rather be down here at 4 a.m. to 6 a.m.
This is
than
when you
middle
truly
of the
know
afternoon on
who's
Saturday,
awake and
because I can only
tweeting.
imagine the traffic's going to how insane it's going
Performers
to be
with
here later on.
tweets.
No, this is great. Like I said, I used to fly snow. I used to get up at 2 a.m. and work for 12 hours straight. And being on the highway in the middle of the night is just my comfort zone.
I saw your picture. There was nobody on the
Nobody was
highway.
on the highway. I did pull over though to tweet that. I did not drive.
Safety first.
Safety first. No, absolutely. No, my wife is the police when it comes to that. She won't even let me touch the phone if I get a text or call or whatever. She's pretty hardcore about it. Yeah, you know what? We've got to get out of this habit of looking at our phones when we drive. It's absolutely
I
ridiculous.
think not just when we drive. I think we're all very attached to our phones
Yeah.
in general in life.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If I don't have that phone on me, I literally feel like I'm missing
Yeah,
something.
It's panic.
It's not good.
No, it's pathetic.
Sometimes you have to turn away and just trust, or I'm just used to people not talking to me. So I'm okay with it. Like they're not calling me for this.
I think there's nothing worse though than when you're out for dinner with some friends, sitting at a table with say 3 or 4 people, and you're sitting there waiting for them to get off of their phones. It drives me nuts.
See, I have the issue that I'm in a career where if I put my phone away for a couple of hours, in that time frame, hopefully you haven't lost your job, but I mean, if you haven't, I think that they get panicked, that you haven't answered or seen those emails, and I don't have a choice. Like in some ways, you just don't have a choice.
And I appreciate that, but it's still it's unfortunate that we're so tied to
Hey,
that.
and I would love that time.
Yeah.
Because I can spend it with family or friends or whatever and hang out and just sit, relax, and enjoy. But instead, if I'm watching something, you have TV on, you have whatever show you're watching, and that whole time you're watching the show, you're paying attention, you know what's going on, your mind can sort of leave the picture on the screen, even if you never watch that screen for the entire hour and so on. Because the rest of the time, my iPad and my phone, they're simultaneously doing 4 things.
there has to be a way to disconnect though, because I mean it's
Now,
like
2/3 of that time is porn, so that's fun.
it's true.
It's about the story. It's about the story.
Absolutely, it's about the story.
I laugh when I go to a restaurant with my wife and I see a couple, sitting at a table, and they literally are both just looking at their phones.
And they're talking to each other too. Which is,
No, they're not talking to each other. At least
No, I
not
mean, on the
with us.
phones.
Yeah, probably. But we feel like eating honey. But literally, they just
Look
sit
me in
there.
the eye. I can't. I don't know what you look like anymore.
I mean, this technology has really only been hardcore around for 10 years. I mean, imagine what it's going to be like in another 20. Literally.
Kids grow up with that.
Well, yeah, absolutely. They've lost the ability to write
They don't
now.
teach it in school
They don't
anymore.
teach it cursive in school anymore.
my 3-year-old daughter to use my iPad like it's,
Yeah. Well, that's the world we live in these days.
I was at the
As
Astros.
as we pick up our phones.
I just want to see if
I
someone's
didn't
out
pick
there.
up my
Oh,
phone. I
you
didn't
got
pick up my
one?
phone.
My phone is over there, so.
Nice
You're
after.
really up to this porn business.
No, it's my weekend away. It's great.
As you said,
Nail it, pay it. Ryan Goldar.
Where are you shopping?
I have other terms that I won't use because they're out of the shows.
I'm just replying to somebody who's online right
That
now
guy,
watching
that
us.
That pervert, that shit.
How do you do? The funny part is, you look at the camera and you look at this guy. You're not even sure.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's hard to
Is she here with us? Oh, there you are. I was just about to tweet you back.
I figured you were coming up with something. Top of
now
my
you have to be
face.
super creative so that we can hear the laugh.
It's a lot of pressure right now. So anyone wants salt vinegar chips? It's
Is
just
that
right
what the
here.
flavor is? It's salt.
It is, yeah. Did you not hear a conversation at least 2 hours ago?
I did.
Well, I said, have a chip, guys. You can see the flavor.
I feel like there should be a party game where they create all the flavors of chips without changing the color, and you just have to try and put it in.
And you're not allergic to it.
Almost like Karen Potts ever flavored beans.
Yes, but those are colored differently, so you can sort of get the idea of what they might
But that's the
be.
whole thing. You never know what the flavors are.
What's that chip where 1 out of every 5 is like a super?
Oh, it's the Doritos roulette.
Doritos? Yeah, I love that.
It's roulette?
Roulette.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is
Brilliant.
I didn't know that's a real thing. That's crazy.
Awesome.
I was at a party and we were all having these chips, and one of the girls just stopped talking, and her eyes started watering. I don't find them that spicy, but for her they were just too intense, and she just stopped.
They need to be more hotter, I think.
Oh, yeah.
They need to blow your mind.
Like you're putting hot sauce directly onto your tongue.
Did anybody play that contest online where you submit a new flavor to a chip company?
They took advantage of that. So funny. Like the cinnamon bun flavor. It was like they made a joke of that a lot on the internet.
We have a colleague who's done it multiple times.
Right.
Yes.
Our colleague David Guthrie, he's done every single contest you can think of. Like every time there's a contest for any of them, whether it's Doritos or Magnum, your Magnum video is still the best.
Or Wang Tangs.
Wang Tangs.
Wang Tang. We made this video that was honestly 30 minutes of content, and we put it to a minute, and all of it's there.
Oh,
It's just like so many
impressed.
levels.
That was a
yeah.
Doritos one, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
Wang
Doritos.
Tangs.
But,
Boom.
yeah, and you do their own.
I love really cheesy, really bad movies. So my not really great movie, but a good go-to is Fifth Element. Love that movie. My bad
Mentos are the fifth element.
is
They're not a solid order.
Grease 2.
I'm sorry, what?
Uh-huh. It's so bad. It's so
I want to
bad. It's so good.
see OOLRIDER. Cool Riders. Yeah, it's all about Michelle Pfeiffer straddling the ladder.
And the song Reproduction, and like they're bowling.
And
And
to change your food. Grease 2 is one of my growing up heroes.
It's one of those movies that it's like they purposefully made it
That's
so
exactly
bad.
stuff at this. And I was probably 6.
That's what Stormship Troopers for me is. That bad, so bad it's funny.
Oh, Starship Troopers?
Starship Troopers.
Yeah.
It's a quality, like he makes good like cheesy movies. Paul Verhoeven.
Yeah, but Starship Troopers has a specific quality to it of a very old school sci-fi. The kind, and the reason why I'm like a Flash Gordon and Buck Rogers fan, old pulp sci-fi, where when you see those old shows, you can still see the strings holding them. And that was sort of the really awesome cheesiness factor of Starship Troopers, where it's like, it's not meant to be anything more than exactly what's on the television.
But it makes it super charming.
Yeah. Exactly, and so it's and all of that sort of like that extra 50s style, like like the newsreels, but in a sci-fi world, in a modern sci-fi world, made it that much better.
And they're smart because they made it appealing for multiple generations. Because even our generation enjoyed it, but my nephews who were in their teen years were loving it. It's one of their favorite films.
Well, sure, because there's still gratuitous nudity.
Oh, absolutely.
Whoever says it, because I originally saw the remake of it because I was curious what you thought. 12 Angry Men, I saw like a remake of HBO made it with Jack Lemmon, and I loved it. And I rewatched it. It's like that's
the original, yeah.
It's such a good movie.
Yeah.
It's like one of those that I don't like plays as much, but I would love to see that as a play. Because like that movie is just so it's so compelling, you know.
Yeah.
I would say my favorite movie, but more people would say this is Mary Poppins. So my backup option is actually Clue the movie.
Oh, so good.
Right?
Which is
So good.
I'm gonna go home and sleep with my wife.
But no, it's like
Curry is freaking fantastic.
that's one of the best comedic performances. Christopher Plummer is the best. Sorry, Christopher Plummer is really good in too. But
Curry's amazing.
Curry is so funny in that movie. And like I saw it with all 3 versions on VHS, but like that movie's so funny.
Well, yeah, and the thing is, the awesome time, and I remember when it was at theaters, and I remember you could go see it multiple times to get the different ending each time. And then eventually when it came out on VHS was when you got all 3 alternate
They
dates.
said, here's what might have happened.
That's right.
Here's what did happen.
That's right. But in the theaters, you actually had to go multiple times to see the different endings, which was fine. You know, it was an era when nothing was on demand, so you had to, and it was just part of life. I mean, I saw Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure 23 times in the theater.
The most I've seen it was 4 times in theater. Like
There were 2 days when I went to all 5 screenings in a time when you had a 1, a 3, a 5, a 7, and a 9.
Oh man.
So,
how much money and why did you do
Who
that?
says
Oh, you didn't have to pay. No way. You just go out, go to the concession stand, go back
You
in.
sold this stuff, right? Did you pay a second more than
Nope.
the price?
Never.
Nope.
So you paid $12 for us?
$12.
Back then, it was like 270. Oh, 7? Oh, you can go to 252.
87. So it was probably at least, for a kid, so $3-4.
Shouldn't you have been in school?
Keep the upgrade.
I'm just saying, it could have been a Saturday. Could have been. Of course it was. Of course it was weekends. My favorite all-time movie is The Cincinnati Kid. Stephen King. Wow. Edward G. Robinson, Tuesday Road. Colonel Miles.
I always thought you loved Flash Gordon.
I do love Flash Gordon. I love. No. I love the character. It's a passion. It's a hobby. It's the kind of thing where I'll go out and
The Jets.
Hey, absolutely. I'm a Jets fan because of the 1980 movie
And
Flash Gordon.
have they let you down every year?
For the Maple Leaf fan. Come on.
I'm from Ottawa, so that's okay though.
So it's no different than being a Sens or Red Blacks fan.
Hey, Red Blacks, to be fair.
260?
Yeah. It's
I was just
CFL.
about to say, if we're going to sports talk, I'm going to go out for a minute.
No, Cincinnati Kid.
All I got is the Western Conference. I don't know what's going
The
on.
Cincinnati Kid is one of those movies where, and especially growing up, you always had great hero moments. But it was the first time watching a movie where your hero, one, you expected to be the one who goes over, doesn't. Like he doesn't make that. He doesn't. It's a poker movie too, so it's like he doesn't get that card. And in the end, the guy who you're rooting against is still the one who ends up, in the end.
Poker movies I like.
And McQueen is such an amazing performer because he's so just throws it out and it's all.
I know your answer, Tim, so I'm not, but then we're going to talk about this later. What's another movie you like other than Jaws?
Lawnmower Man 2. Dracula Dead and Loving It?
You know what's worse than Dracula Dead and Loving It?
Lawnmower Man 2.
Let me throw another one out. Vampire in Brooklyn. I love Eddie Murphy. Hussein and I talked about that tonight, but we didn't talk about that because the movie's so bad. And I love Eddie Murphy, and I love Beverly Hills Cop 3. And I even think Vampire. I saw as a kid. There's a nice part, and it's the first time I saw Axel Foley. He's a great character. But Vampire in Brooklyn, directed by Wes Craven, it's great. That movie's so bad. They
Is
just,
it any different than maybe Dracula 2000?
Dracula 2000 is still better than Vampire
And shocking.
Yes, it was.
We got some more.
No.
So?
All of us were really stupid in the extent. Although I think at the same time that shot, they used the same hallway area where the Olympic was that Tech War used for their sort of cityscape when they were shooting that cityscape. That's a long time ago.
Can I just say, when I moved here and started seeing movies that I'd seen previously but had no idea they were filmed here,
And suddenly you started
noticing
recognizing.
those things was so great. The streetcars. That's
Not that there's many movies that shoot in Edmonton, but those that are.
Calgary.
Calgary. Well, I'm sorry, Alberta. Calgary or both. From both.
Yes.
But the films that shoot there,
Yes.
you see them and you recognize those films.
Oh, for sure.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
And of course, here, how you're getting used to it.
But there's also a higher number of movies that are shot here.
Of course.
So when you see a film that's shot in Calgary, you generally know that it's shot in Calgary. It's one of just one number.
We did it. We got 2 this year. We doubled our film for us.
I actually was watching a movie recently on YouTube, and
It's on YouTube as well.
No, but they charge for
Tell
YouTube
it
movies
fine.
now. Like you guys know that, right? If you go to YouTube and you type in like Fake Chill Factor,
rental.
it would actually be $3.99 to rent or
The
buy.
next question
Oh, I
is,
was
why
just
would you do IT
going-
I might go buy it.
but anyways, I was going forward in the movie. Did not realize all of a sudden I saw myself on the screen because I had been an extra in this film.
Huh? And you forgot the film? That you
Well,
were in it?
I
I
was an
that
extra
good.
so many times.
no, that's the thing. I wasn't, but because it had been such a long time ago, and the premise of the movie was not the scenes that I was in whatsoever, and so I was just scrolling through and all of a sudden,
I had a similar experience last night. I actually looked up some old episodes of War of the Worlds that I did at Talk Toronto, the series War of the Worlds. And I remember at age 16 playing the part of a pitcher, a baseball pitcher. And I'd never seen the actual episode. So I said to my wife, let me check and see if I can find it online.
Yeah.
And boom, I found it and I watched it. My wife and I were laughing hysterically because I said to her, I don't remember if I had any lines. I don't remember what I did. I just know I was in this episode. I was
That's how you
16.
demo reel should open.
That's how it should open up.
did you have lines?
Yeah, I had a lot of lines. It's actually quite funny. If you can find season 2, episode 15 of War of the Worlds, I'm in it.
Alright, that's for chill.
But it was funny. It was amazing. Like,
So you got that.
yeah, probably. What do you guys check out the new Show Me channel? That's just come out?
Oh, that's Rogers.
It's
I just heard
Rogers.
about this the other day. Yeah, like so describe it.
It's supposed to be a little bit, maybe, well, give it time, but it's going to be a little bit more diverse than Netflix and just has more. It's going to have its own programming as well, just like
Yeah.
Netflix has. It's Canadian based, I believe.
That would mean that Rogers is actually going to produce original content.
They're going to try.
Again, they
Wow.
tried it a couple of those.
It'd be interesting to see.
I hear there's a hosting position available at CBC. Since it's across the street, I might just drop off my resume after
I
this.
made a joke tonight.
Yeah.
Like where we were, I can't remember what we were saying, but we were like 3 guys at like dinner party and all that. But he said,
No, that's what you're not expecting.
what was he saying? He said, he's like, I like to size her up, and he do find mistakes, and then I went, easy John Gameshi, and like, it's just like, it's been 2 weeks, we're about to kind of joke about it, but like, it's a serious subject matter. It's like-
Absolutely.
and like, I'm surprised the guy, like, is still gonna sue the $5 million. It's almost laughable. And the thing is, he, like, I feel like it's a sign of guilt.
The thing that gets me is the fact that CBC did not publicize it, really. He was the one who first probably liked.
And also the story wasn't like, it would eventually have been broken, but they actually, he had a story, like the guy who was a film star?
Yeah.
Who was gonna bring a story, and it wasn't actually about him, that one. And so he went and brought all the stuff to CBC, saying, I'll show you the video clip that I had, saying, oh, it wasn't that bad, and then they showed well, apparently when they watched it, they were like, oh my god, this is much worse than you told us. And
And this is when I'm not that bad.
yeah. And this is not so bad now.
This is not so bad, trust me.
No, but
The other one's the works.
too soon, Ryan. No, no, but they unanimously on the squad, like fired their like go-to guy at radio. So that says something that he's not needing. Something they saw something
Well, he's coming in at 5, right?
Oh, totally.
His,
You're gonna give us a demonstration.
To be fair,
I will
like,
not be sitting here at that point. Thank you.
that would be a great, like, for him, he's like, I hear he's in LA right now. Like, I don't blame him because, like,
Yeah.
right now this is not the place where
Right.
you want to be walking down the sidewalk. But imagine talking to him at 5 a.m. As much as you might dislike the guy, he'd be a great interview, and a lot of people would wake up to watch and go like, I got to see what he's going to say.
Absolutely. Can you justify it?
You can, but like there's something we all keep clicking. I don't know about you guys, but I still keep clicking some of these stories because I'm just curious. Like each one just sounds more, whether it be vile or just like you're just curious. Like never would like, yeah, I don't know what you guys think.
Well, I just hope this isn't the topic of the month and then it's just going to disappear,
Yeah.
you know, like everything else kind of does usually. You know, it's forefront in the media right now and there's some great discussion going on, hopefully some awareness being made, but then what's next week's big, you know, topic of the week is going to be in the news.
Santa Claus parade.
Well, you know what I mean? I
It
hate
is
the
nice
idea of this being just tucked under the rug and forgotten, but maybe this is an opportunity for us to change some laws and make some changes in the workplace so that this doesn't continue to happen. Because now, just on the news last night, I was hearing a report about waitresses in the restaurant industry. You know, that's a huge problem where you have superiors, managers, owners doing things inappropriately to their wait staff and taking advantage of, you know, the adult figure and the young, you know, females are just trying to make a living and they're power trippers. I worked in the restaurant industry myself when I was in my late teens, early 20s, and I know what it was like and the power that a manager or a supervisor can have over their staff. It's incredibly unfortunate that this still happens today. And that there are people that are too scared to voice their disdain
Well,
towards
a lot of
it.
the time it's a matter of maturity and self-confidence, knowing that no matter how old you are, which is, you know, when you're young and you're starting and you don't want to step on to make the best impression you can, and suddenly you don't know whether or not, you know, it's the right thing to do. But, you know, and then there are those who are amazing at such a young age who can come up and tell someone to fuck off right away.
Absolutely, no fear.
No fear.
Yeah.
And of course, they don't help.
Well, did you see a couple of weeks ago, a Ryerson student did a study on the streets of Toronto where they shot a white male harassing a person because of the way they were dressed and saying, you know, don't get on the bus. The guy got punched in the face by a stranger, which I thought was brilliant because that just shows that maybe there is a bit of a change. I think that's to the extreme, physical,
But I mean,
contact.
taking that example and showing how far you're willing to go. Yeah. Just to say, maybe it's not that you turned it around. That's to me, I'm building myself just being completely racist.
And then John came back and punched him. John Commission.
My favorite is the HuffPo piece. I'm talking about if it was too late for Halloween. He actually dressed up as him.
I was saying like because like one of the guys came to audition in the room and his character was for like for the Maryland Monroe like the miniseries and he's like her I guess her mother slept around a lot and so he was coming in as one of the guys who slept with her mom and they're all kind of freaks and he kept just the guy before his audition and like it broke the ice but he legitimately and it was very funny for 4 minutes nonstop just had John Kameshi material nonstop but it was so funny and he's like I'm basing my character on John Kameshi and it was so funny and then he did it and it was creepy.
It reminds me of when, at the same time, when people started dressing up as OJ.
Right.
And so it's like, that was a Halloween costume. Going in blackface and, you know, having your...
Well, Tim Wright, same thing. The costumes of him and his wife.
Steve Irwin, when he got his stingray and died, like Bill Maher, I think, like it was famous. Like there's a picture of him, like he got a lot of backlash for wearing that Halloween.
No.
Yeah.
I had a friend
And I mean,
same thing.
he's edgy, but like sometimes it's like
Too far.
it's more like is it really the costume underwear or are we looking for attention?
I think maybe it was the problem was that it was prop comedy.
Right.
Carrot Top? I feel like we could have almost gotten Carrot
Steve
Top.
Martin started as a prop comedy.
Maybe.
He just didn't put away the man. He's back. Yeah, he's got albums out.
But no, I was saying, I feel bad for him with this Halloween that if they even look like John Kameshi and they weren't dressing up, because they're like, oh, this guy went,
They weren't
this
even
guy.
dressing.
And they're like, What did I do? You're like, you just look like John Kameshi. I'm a nice guy.
Not anymore.
Let's do a Twitter catch-up and see if there's things going on in the tweet world. Who's tweeting? 30 tweets?
Regarding you?
My phone is over
Yeah,
there.
no, you know that. Nope.
I might go grab it.
Go grab
Did you say a rap?
Oh dear.
Is this Sue's red wine? What's this all about?
I'm not quite sure what that is. It's gotta be Coke.
I believe that belongs to one of the Uninterrupted bands.
Don't you touch it.
Come sit down for a minute.
Yeah.
I'll come back.
I can sneak out.
Go ahead.